Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. It is a Tuesday morning. Seems like a Monday today, but good to have you with us on the show. We've got a half hour of your HCC news and information. I'm live at the HCCTV studios this morning in Studio A, and I've got Dr. Natalie Garza joining me now. She's a coordinator with the Puente program, also an HCC history professor, and one of our co-hosts. Good to see you, Natalie. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good to have you with us. It's a Tasty Tuesday, by the way. So I hope you like barbecue and chocolate, because you'll be talking about that later on this morning.
Yes.
That's okay. So we've got a great interview coming up. I'm going to, first off, welcome everybody who's watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube. We appreciate you joining us. We're here every morning at 10 a.m. live, but you can also catch us in social media and on HCCTV. Natalie can tell you where to find us.
We're live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page and YouTube, not HCC. We're also on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and on HCCTV. We're there at noon, 5, and at 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
All right, Natalie, stick around. We're going to have you interviewing this next guest. We're talking chocolate and barbecue. Yeah, it's a thing. Scott Moore is the chef and owner of Tejas Chocolate and BBQ. I believe you guys have been on the show before. Welcome back. Well, we got your mic muted.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
How's it going?
Thank you. It's good to be with you guys. It's been a while, so it's good to see you.
It's been a little while, but you've got some exciting things going on. You got a new location opening.
That's right. I'm over at the world headquarters for Exxon Mobil on their campus. We have a service line here, and we're doing not only barbecue and chocolate, but we're also doing burgers. So I'm going to show you a burger here in a little bit of Smashburger. We have a little bit of a different menu because of the nature of the beast over here.
All right. Well, that sounds great. All right, Scott, stick around. Natalie's going to be with you in about 10 minutes. But first, we're going to kick things off. We're going to kick things off with one of our presidents here at HCC. In fact, HCC Southeast College, Dr. Frances Villagran-Glover is joining us now. She is the president. Welcome to the show. It's always good to see you. And you've had a bit of a story because you were with HCC. That's where you and I first met a few years back. You went off for a little while. Now you're back. So congratulations once again and welcome back on board.
Good morning, Todd. It's always great to see you. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you. We want to talk about, I guess, an honor that HCC has for our support of college students who are now juggling school and parenting. A lot of us went through that. Before we get in that, why don't you tell us about the Washington, D.C. organization that this involves?
Right. Well, we've been involved with Generation Hope, or as I have when I worked in Virginia, and the founder and the CEO of Generation Hope, Nicole Lynn Lewis, she's just a phenomenal, fascinating individual who has really grown this organization into a national organization to support our students who are parents. And she also was a student parent herself. She went to the College of William and Mary and wrote a book. It's now a national bestseller called The Pregnant Girl. So it demonstrates the resiliency and the tenacity, especially like Nicole and like many of us who went through college and went through our undergrad, our graduate school with children, and we understand the challenges. So it really rose up to a level of awareness and advocacy and support. And so we're excited to partner with Generation Hope.
And tell us about tell us some of the statistics. You know, how many of our students roughly have children or working parents, but also attending college as well? Sure.
And it's more than we realize, right? They're kind of like the hidden kind of population. Approximately a quarter of students nationwide have children, right? From infants to all the way to teenage years. And so some of the challenge that we always know, and I'm sure Natalie's aware as a faculty member herself, some of the challenges of daycare, of support, when a child gets sick, they can't go to class, so it affects their retention and the need to stay in college. So HCC is really committed, as you know, Todd, to student success and especially equity. So we're really working hard, and that's why we're so excited to be part of the cohort. We're part of 6 colleges. We're part of this second cohort, where we're going to look at the data first and foremost, and we're going to look at partnering with community-based organizations and partnering with our students who are parents.
You kind of touched on it, but HCC, one of our pillars is student success. And what is our role in supporting students who are parents? I mean, you talked about keeping them in school, which is which really we're hoping for, is to keep them here, make sure we alleviate those problems so they can complete their degree at HCC or get out in the workforce. So what is our role in all of that?
Well, I think our role, just first and foremost, is making sure that our students know that they belong, right? And that we create an environment of a sense of belonging. Because unfortunately for, some of our students who are parents, if their child gets sick, they may think, well, maybe I don't belong in college. Or, if they're taking an online class, and we learned that through COVID, right? I mean, COVID opened the window to so many of the challenges that our students experience. And so, really creating and it starts in the classroom with a faculty member, because a faculty member is the connection to the students. That the faculty member is the person that the student sees more than an advisor or a counselor or the other support services. So really having that empathetic and that understanding that if a child is sick or they have other balancing work and family challenges, that the faculty member and the student can work things out, because our student parents are resilient. They have a goal in mind, and it's just a beautiful thing to see, especially at graduation, which I'm sure you've seen, Todd, is, the graduates with their children, carrying their children or carrying their children across the stage. Because they're determined, because they're doing all this for their children. I remember going to graduate school, and I had 5 children at that time. I took all my 5 kids across the stage just to show them that they too can do it. Because a lot of our student parents are first generation. And so I think, that second generation family approach is really important for us at HCC, because we want to welcome our student parents.
Okay, you mentioned faculty members working with the students to help connect them with services, but for a student who's enrolling, has children, how can they find out about getting support before they get here? Because obviously that's a big concern. You're not going to be taking the classes unless you know what you're going to be doing with your kids.
Right, exactly. And that's a conversation that we always have with our students, with their advisors. We talk to them about, what does their life look like for the semester? Are they working? Do they have any children? And do they have any support services that they will need? And that's the critical component to our partnerships with our community-based organizations like Baker Ripley or the other daycare providers that we have in the community. And so it's really great to know that our community is there for us, and sitting down with a student and talking about what type of schedule will work for them, based on their childcare needs, or maybe they have children in school, what best works for schedule. So we really spend the time with them to really make sure that the schedule that they put together is one that they're going to be successful in.
How important is it to have engagement opportunities for the whole family, not just for the students?
Right. And I love it. I think all the colleges can say with our student life events, when we have student life events during the day or in the evening or the weekends, we welcome the whole family. And our approach at HCC is that when we have a student, we also have the whole family. And that's what we like to call the HCC family, because their children, their spouses, their loved ones are also part of the HCC family. So it's great to see when we have our open houses that we not only invite the student, but we also invite the whole family. We have a lot of events, especially during the holiday season, with Halloween, with Dia de los Muertos, with Christmas, with all the other Hanukkah, with all the other holidays that we really want to include the whole family in the student experience.
One other question, a little unrelated to this, but you mentioned William and Mary, and I spent a lot of time in Williamsburg over the last.
Yes, I know.
It was beautiful up there. One of our favorite places we used to visit. Are you reestablished in the Houston area, and do you miss the Virginia weather at times?
Well, and this more than I do probably, is that the weather right now is pretty much the same in Virginia.
Yeah.
But I do miss the fall and the fall colors.
I know. Yeah.
But I don't miss the snow. I miss the fall colors.
I know we went up there for spring break twice, 2 years in a row. Both years it snowed. The last day we were there. It was crazy. And then we went up there for a Christmas and it was 76 degrees and it was cold here in Houston. So it was crazy. You never know what's
I know.
Dr. Francis Villagran-Glover, we appreciate you joining us on the show. Once again, always good to see you and great stuff you guys are doing with the students.
Oh, thank you so much, Todd. I hope to see you soon in person. All right. Much love.
All right. We'll see you soon. Thank you. All right. I'm going to turn things over to Dr. Natalie Garza. And Natalie, you're going to be speaking with, talking about things that people don't always consider, the same or something you'd get in the same place, but chocolate and barbecue, two of my two favorite things. So go ahead and take off for Tasty Tuesday.
Thank you. We're moving on to Scott Moore, chef and owner of Tejas Chocolate and BBQ, and our Tasty Tuesday guest. Welcome back, Scott.
Hey, how are you? Good to be here. Good. Thanks for having me.
So since we last spoke to you, a lot has happened. You have not only opened another location, but you have appeared as barbecue royalty on Bravo's Top Chef Houston. So can you tell us what that was like?
Yeah, I got invited, Michelle and I got invited to participate in the Top Chef airing of their barbecue segment, which was filmed at Free Bar M, the new barbecue place down in Edu. And they invited a lot of the area pit masters to come down and judge the dishes. So the chefs were charged with smoking a brisket and creating a culinary dish with a Texas brisket. And so they wanted to have pit masters participate and give them feedback and comment on it. So to be behind the scenes of that production is pretty cool. There's cameras and microphones everywhere. Some of them you can't see, some of them you can see. And it's just, I to participate in the larger culinary scene that is Houston and to have that spotlight shown on Houston by Top Chef was just cool to participate in. And I'm really glad that I got to do it. I felt honored to be a part of that.
That's great. And I'm sure tasting all the food was great too. Yeah,
it was, it kind of highlighted what the difference between a chef and a pit master is. So I'm really a pit master at the restaurant. And you take a chef, doesn't really understand necessarily how to smoke meats. And you saw a lot of that in an episode, but they took the best thing they could produce and they turned it into some pretty interesting dishes and different flavor profiles that were definitely not your common barbecue type dishes. So they took a barbecue item and transported it into a fancy culinary dish. So that part was quite interesting. But we all had to, the pit masters mostly had to kind of a little grin because not too many of the chefs cooked the brisket the right way.
So let's talk about your own business now. So can you tell us about your new location?
Yeah, I'm over here today. It's a service line at Exxon Mobil's world headquarters up here in the Woodlands. And during COVID, the campus was empty. Obviously, everybody's working from home. And they had food service establishments inside the campus. And as people started returning back to work, the food service company, Compass Group, didn't want to operate all the facilities that they had been operating inside there. And so they had a space that was already designated as barbecue that had been mothballed for about 2 years. Exxon had it equipped, and several of the Exxon management team is familiar with our restaurant. They come over to Tomball. It's a short drive. It's about 12 miles over to Tomball. So they were wanting to take this idea of more of a local mom and pop feel to some of the places inside the Exxon campus. They have a coffee guy, third gen coffee from the Woodlands, doing his coffee shop inside here. So they approached us about it and said, hey, we got this space and we'd like to know if you would be interested in serving food. And at first we were going to do burgers, and then we decided to do barbecue, and now we do a fusion menu. We have barbecue items and a burger from our burger restaurant here. And so when it's lunchtime here. It's fast and furious. Starts early in the morning with breakfast tacos, and then lunch starts at 11 and is really fast, and it's over by 2 o'clock. And that's it. So it's an interesting business model for us. It's a little different. We cook the meats at the main restaurant and transport those over every morning. And then over here, we do burgers live and we do some side dishes live and that sort of thing. So what I thought I would do when we get to it is show you how we do our Smashburger.
Okay, so we'll get to that in a minute. I wanted to ask if there had been a change in the number of people willing to drive to Tomball for barbecue. Have you seen any changes with that in the past?
Yeah, this summer, it's probably been the slowest summer traffic-wise since 2016. We're used to during the summer getting a lot of day trippers. They're coming from Austin and Beaumont and San Antonio or Katy or Baytown, those types of, people coming out to experience world-class barbecue. And we've seen that slow down a little bit this summer. And I think with the price of gas, it's maybe have an impact on that, but also as hot as it is, it's got an impact on it. So it's not, it's not terribly slow, but it's not as robust as it has been in the past. The spring season was fantastic this year, and then we just kind of saw it slowing down as fuel prices went up and it got really hot.
Okay, so you want to go ahead and get started on the demo for the Smashburger?
Yeah. So I got my helper Colby here, who's a smash expert. So we have there we go. We have a burger restaurant also in Tomball, and there we feature a smoked burger, and then we also feature a smash burger. And we decided over here to do the smash burger. So the reason for it is a pretty fast cook. You can and here it's all about speed here at this campus. People got to get things done fast. So we take a couple of 4-ounce patties, put them on the flat top and smash them down. So when you do that, you get this nice caramelization and crusty edges on the beef. It sears really fast and it's seasoned, and you can make a burger in about 3 minutes. So Colby here is sitting here. He's got a couple of what I call pucks ready to go. So they're flat tops, and he's got a bun over there working. And here in a minute, he's gonna smash these patties down and season them. You're starting to get the idea what we're talking about. So, all right, Colby, put it to it, buddy.
That looks delicious. Have meat prices played into the expansion at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a rough couple of years with that. Not seeing any relief in that at all. So, our strategy with that is we had to raise prices of everything. And meat prices, being barbecue is at the forefront of those types of cost increases. So we just try to maintain the quality that we have and maybe give a little bit extra. So we increased the amount of meat we put on the sandwich, even though we had to raise the price. So we didn't want to have anybody get the perception that there's any shrinkflation going on. I think that really frustrates people. So we're still trying to deliver on the quality and quantity, and so everybody feels like they're getting the value for their dollar. But everything's gone up. The containers that we put stuff in, plastic forks, oil for the fryers, buns, brioche buns. We use the brioche bun at the main restaurant. Has gone up a lot because the price of butter went way up. So brioche has got a lot of butter in it. So we're just seeing price increases all the way around. And to get in, this is kind of where it gets really fun. So now that's what we're going for right there. Yeah, caramelization there. So it's been a challenge, but we're getting through it in pretty good shape. And like I said, if people feel like they're getting their value out of the dollar, I think everybody's okay. So we don't get a whole lot of pushback on the price.
And what is go ahead.
So now that we flipped them, we're going to put a little cheese on it. It's just a double meat Smashburger, a little American cheese, which I really think American cheese was invented for this purpose, to be all melty on a burger. I mean, that's the Americano 101 right there. So we put those underneath the dome, put some water to create a little steam, and it helps accelerate that searing and melting process. And then we're going to stack them and put them on a bun and dress it with pickles, lettuce, tomato, and our in-house burger sauce that we make. So we like to say We like to ask people how much BS they want with a burger because that's the burger sauce. There we go.
Hey, Scott, I wanted to ask you, you guys have a burger restaurant up in the Tomball area. What is the name of that? Is it different than your barbecue joint?
Yeah, so we have Tejas Chocolate plus barbecue, and then we just stuck to the Tejas theme. We call it Tejas Burger Joint. Keep it simple, and so people know who we are.
I love Smashburgers, but tell me more about the smoke burger that you do up there. That piques my interest, and it might be worth the drive up to Tomball for me to get one of those.
Yeah, the smoke burger, it started as a once a week special at the barbecue restaurant. Wednesdays were historically our slowest day at the restaurant. We were just to have ideas. We were trying, maybe a burger would get things going. So we made an 8 ounce patty. We put it on the smoker for about an hour, and so you could develop that kind of barbecue smoky flavor to it all. And then we put it on the flat top and sear it, so you get that crusty edge to it. And it's a good juicy burger with a lot of smoke flavor. One of the things that's kind of interesting about that burger, because we do smoke it, you end up with a fair amount of pink color from the smoke. You think about a smoke ring on a brisket, but you get that in a burger. And then there are people who just can't handle any pink in a patty, so they freak out and think we're not cooking a burger, even though it's like way over temp. But so it's an education thing we do. We have a sign at the register, hey, your burger's going to be pink because of smoke. And so that's the biggest hurdle we have to overcome on occasion. But it is a delicious burger. We dress it with bacon and cheese and caramelized onions, and we make a green onion aioli. So hold me up, Toby.
Well, I'm all about that. I like my burger pink anyway, so I'd be good with it either way. Man, that looks awesome. Oh, yeah. That looks incredible there. And we're looking forward to getting out to your new location as well.
Yeah,
so,
we'd love to have you guys visit for sure.
Congratulations on the expansion.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right, Natalie, we got a few announcements we can get to as well. Starting off with HCC's Women's Business Shower. HCC's Open for Business is hosting a business shower celebrating women entrepreneurs. That's happening a week from this Friday, 9 a.m. to noon, Friday, August the 5th. It's at HCC's Central Campus. So make sure you check them out. If you'd like to go to the event, all you have to do is register. We'll have a link in our social media post after the show. And financial aid credit is available as well, Natalie.
Yes, book and supplies credit. Financial aid grants and loans may be available to assist students for books and supplies with summer 2022 book credit. This is happening through August 1st, and we'll have the financial aid book credit info in our post after the show.
Also, there's a global energy exploration fair. Students seeking to enter or upgrade their skills as an energy or manufacturing technician can attend the Global Energy COE Career Exploration Fair. It's a long title, but you'll get a lot out of this. It's happening 4 to 6 p.m. Tuesday, August the 9th. It's at HCC's Northeast Science and Technology Building. They'll tour interactive labs, experience virtual reality and simulation software demonstrations, and certainly a lot of Q&A happening there with experts and coaches. Just register for it. It's free, of course, and you can check it out in our social media post after the show. And we've also got a deal, Natalie, where you can register for classes, and then you could register for a chance to win $500.
Yes. Once again, HCC has found a way to help pay for our students with this raffle for a $500 scholarship, and that you can put to help pay for your fall classes. So during HCC's fall registration fairs, students can get personalized enrollment support and a chance to win this $500 scholarship. They will be held at multiple locations. This is at the registration fairs on Saturdays, August 13th and 20th. From 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And you can just, for more information, go to the registration fair page, and we'll have that listed after the show.
Okay. How would you like an HCC license plate? That's right. We've got them. They're on sale. You can buy one, and the proceeds benefit our foundation, which supports our students. very easy to do. You go to the link. We're going to put it in our social media post after the show. You order your license plate, customize it as you wish. Make sure you keep it clean. They don't like the stuff that's kind of weird. So make sure you do that. And then the money raised will support our students. You can't lose on this one. So it's a good deal. And fall registration is ongoing. I know that's something you always talk with your students about, Natalie, and you can register right now for the fall.
Yes, registration is going on now. It's, really important for you all to get your classes lined up for the fall semester. The course options are still online anytime, online on a schedule where you will meet with your instructor at a set time online, hybrid classes, in-person classes, which are, traditional on campus, and then hybrid classes with a lab. So for registration to all HCC programs, go to hccs.edu/apply.
Okay, tomorrow on the show, we're going to wrap things up for today. But tomorrow on the show, we've got Richard Gosselin of HCC's economics faculty. He'll be returning to discuss fall classes, speaking of fall registration, and Small Business Wednesday. We'll be speaking with another HCC business plan competition alum. They're going to be here as well. Film Friday later this week. Thursday, we always have, I think it's a virtual family fun day. So we got a lot coming up later in the week. Make sure you join us. Natalie, thanks for being here today. We'll hopefully get you on the show again soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for joining us. And thank all of you for being here. I won't be here tomorrow. I think Sade is hosting tomorrow, but I'll be back on Thursday. Either way, we're live every morning, 10 a.m. right here for Up to the Minute.